So that's why I'm not bothered about it. Bring someone Ekpa, lock him, start trying him. Nnamdi Kanu is still there. We will be back to square one. Releasing Nnamdi Kanu, Mr. President, have the courage to release him today. All this insecurity, all these killings, you get to a station, you start shooting policemen, start shooting soldiers, they will disappear to oblivion. The man has said it several, leaving from detention, that he did not order all these things, that he cannot be killing people that he has been fighting for. And don't forget, this is started with importation of insecurity in the southeast by strangers. It was done by non-Igbos when the correctional center in Sowore was attacked. Prisoners released. We alerted. So that was when, because most of the people involved were not people from that part of the country. We said, okay, this thing is an importation. Oh. This thing did not come from the people because it is not part of us. What did they do? They started recruiting orchards, uneducated people, people without skills. Introduced drugs into them, started arming them. That's how now you started seeing Igbos doing the operation on behalf of certain people. They don't want the Southeast to be stable. Southeast must be portrayed and shown to Nigerians and the world that they cannot govern themselves. The place is not peaceful. These things were important. There is no part of the country that is peaceful, that have cohesion, like the people from the Southeast. When they want to do anything, they sit down and do it. So it was this importation of terrorism in the Southeast that is the basis for all we are having today. Releasing Nnamdi Kanu today, this is will vanish. Simon Ekpa has been a self-acclaimed Prime Minister of the state of Biafra. And he has been known to have been issuing directives since the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu. Directives that have been obeyed by most persons from that part of the country. Honestly speaking, looking at the devastation, looking at the killings, looking at the economy of the Southeast region, particularly the 5 states in the Southeast, it will be safe to say that the arrests may turn around things or have positive impact. But if I look at it politically, Simon Ekpa's arrest and even extradition into Nigeria will not change things. That was the same position I took when Nnamdi Kanu was arrested. I was very clear and emphatic that there may be worse Nnamdi Kanus, whatever you think Nnamdi Kanu was doing, that the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu did not bring to an end the agitation. What will solve the problem is the release, the unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu. President Tinubu did not put him there. He didn't arrest him. He was arrested by President Buhari. He plotted it and he arrested him and brought him here. Ever since then, he has been a customer of the DSS. The matter got up to Supreme Court. Supreme Court justified the escape of Nnamdi Kanu when soldiers stormed his family home. That there was evidence to show that they were about to be killed. So he had to escape and ordered for his unconditional release. In the characteristic manner of President Buhari, who I have always said never liked the Igbos. They had this ancient hatred, I have always said so, against the Igbos. So he kept him there until he left office. President Buhari never liked the Igbo people. He was just using takea on those who were coming around him. You know what is Takia? Deceiving. There was no reason for Nnamdi Kanu to still be in detention until now. I've said it severally, and I don't want to be commenting on it regularly. That was why I suggested that if it is getting difficult to release Nnamdi Kanu, bring him to Eagle Square, use him for barbecue. Let the haters of Igbos and those who hated Nnamdi Kanu come and take a pinch of his flesh. Eat it, so that that matter will be closed permanently. But I think what we can do is to encourage President Tinubu to have the courage to release Nnamdi Kanu. He didn't put him there. The law is on his side. If Nnamdi Kanu is released today, Simon Ekpa will disappear. Because nature abhors a vacuum. That was why Simon Ekpa moved in. Whether he was with them or he was not with them, the people started listening to him. If the boss, you know, when the cat is aware, when the cat is away from the house, the mouse will take over the house. Release Nnamdi Kanu today, you will never hear about Simon Ekpa again. Because all those listening to him will now go back to the original master. If Nnamdi Kanu comes today, if it's released today, this sit at home will stop. If it comes today, nobody will go and start killing people, releasing Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody will just get to the road and start shooting people. Killing of policemen on the streets will disappear. Because Nnamdi Kanu will not be in charge. I tell them, tarry a while. Let us discuss. And they will listen to him. I told President Buhari, when he was in office, that there is no politician in Nigeria, living or dead, that commanded or commands the followership of Nnamdi Kanu without Nnamdi Kanu putting one kobo. No politician. But they were following him. So I told President Buhari, based on this, the person you should do business with is Nnamdi Kanu. Open the door for discussion. That was 2 years of him being in office as president, or 3 years. If Nnamdi Kanu is released today, all these things will disappear. Simon Ekpa will go to oblivion. So that's why I'm not bothered about it. Bring Simon Ekpa, lock him, start trying him. Nnamdi Kanu is still there. We will be back to square one. Releasing Nnamdi Kanu, Mr. President, have the courage to release him today. All this insecurity, all these killings, you get to a station, you start shooting policemen, start shooting soldiers, they will disappear to oblivion. The man has said it several, even from detention, that he did not order all these things, that he cannot be killing people that he has been fighting for. And don't forget, this is started with importation of insecurity in the southeast by strangers. It was done by non-Igbos when the correctional center in Sowore was attacked. Prisoners released. We were alerted. So that was when, because most of the people involved were not people from that part of the country. We said, okay, this thing is an importation. Oh, this thing did not come from the people because it is not part of us. What did they do?
All right. If you are just joining me, the person that is giving this press briefing is the leader of the Zenith Labour Party. Time without number, this man have always hinted this importation of, what is it called, of terrorists in the southeast. And I made this video, time without number, how these terrorists, how they were imported into the southeast. And right from that time, there have been a lot of, a lot of problems, a lot of insecurities. Now, at the beginning of this video, I was making one analysis. I said insecurity that started in Sokoto State from the north, it was coming back. It was getting to Edo Delta. It moved to the southwest. That was the time the convoy Amatokun From the southwest, it moves to the southeast. And the southeasterners, they told me that it was people that are agitating for the Biafra restoration, that they are the one causing it. And that is why today I am telling people to whom it may concern that the insecurity challenges we are seeing in Nigeria, both in the southeast, is a systematic approach of an intention they have in their mind to do something. It has nothing to do with agitation, because I am saying it because the insecurity we have in Delta State, other states like Benue, is more than the insecurity we have in the southeast. So why is it that people are always talking about the insecurity in the southeast? Why? Because when these people were imported into the southeast, the people, I mean, the farmers, they were not going to farm. That was the time Nnamdi Kanu said, okay, let us set up a security outfit that go to the bush and defeat these, foreign elements in our bushes. And they now started saying that, okay, those people in the bush, they started a propaganda through media that they are Nnamdi Kanu's people. That was how they started bringing out the rumor that, oh, it is Nnamdi Kanu that is causing insecurity. Even when Nnamdi Kanu was respected, you saw the news. Ohaneze said the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu is going to end everything. Up to today, it doesn't end. So that is to tell you that all those things they are doing, it's just a propaganda. Because the issue of insecurity now in Nigeria, anytime you are pointing hand at the wrong finger, definitely you are going to see the opposite. Anytime you are pointing your finger to the wrong place, we are pointing our fingers to the wrong place, accusing people who are agitating Biafra without understanding that this insecurity is politically motivated, that politicians imported all these people, that they have a purpose why they are importing it. I am telling you that even in my own place, it's even more than what you people are seeing in the southeast. In the southeast, people can go to farm, people can go to anywhere they like. There is no disturbance, just that on the sit at home, people sit at home. Then, in some parts like all those places, the military, the police, time without number, even someone video and sent it to me. People who put on military uniform, let me say it like that, they are adopting people. They can see you, they label you IPOB, they adopt you. Look at how many people they adopted that court released today, about 50 people. What is their crime? Nothing. They were just born and brought up. Someone sees them and labeled an IPOB, that they are doing this, they are doing that, they put them. I don't blame anybody, I blame the politicians from this Southeast extract. Because if they are not in support of all these things, it should not be going on because it has no basis. So that is the second inflow of insecurity in the Southeast, when they imported these people to do the jailbreak. So forget all these things they are telling you. It is people who are agitating. Because the reason why I'm saying this, people who are agitating, anything they do to them, it will not stop the insecurity, because they are not the genesis of the insecurity. We have the genesis of these insecurities, and they are the politicians. And I believe if you have been following me, you know what I'm talking about already. Because time without number, I have established the fact that these people, these politicians, they are the main people who are causing the insecurity. Even their governor, like Opozodema and XOT, who else again, like Okocha, these people have been saying it, even though their hands are not pure. But they have been saying it, that it is the politics of bitterness that is causing most insecurity in the Southeast. But this is not what people want to hear. So at the beginning of this video, I was trying to play a video for you when a guest came to my, my live program like this and told us the first inflow. And I'm going to explain deeply what happened. This first inflow of terrorists into states like Delta, though before we don't have all this insecurity like this. Now, when the election of 2023 was about to happen, there were a lot of people, especially when the governor of Delta State, my former governor, Ifeanyi Okowa, when he was declared as the running mate to Atiku, I don't know what happened. It's like the whole Northerners, everybody just trooped into Delta State. And when they came in, these people, they pretended like, we want to help people to farm. We want to go to farm. Up to today, they are massive in their numbers in my state now. especially in my local government and federal constituencies. Now, they were massive and they were helping people to go to farm as usual, but that was the genesis of this kidnapping. They started kidnapping started up to today. Vigilantes will tell you that they are lifeless bodies in the bush because it is only vigilante that is even qualified to go to farm, because if you shoot them, it will not enter. They are only people trying to proffer solution to challenge the status quo. Nowhere to be found police, nowhere to be found soldiers, because they have been accused of, helping the kidnappers in one way or the other. Now, so what I'm trying to say is that our farms is no-go area as I speak to you, but these farms are not in the southeast. So if people are telling you, I'm repeating this time without number, I know what I'm saying. No, I know why I am saying this. If people are telling you that, oh, insecurity in the southeast is because of these people, or insecurity in Edo State is because of these people, don't believe what they are saying. Because ask them, in Benue State, are they Biafra agitators? In Plateau State, are they Biafra agitators? In Delta State here, what baffles me is even our own. So I'm trying to counter this propaganda, because it's a great propaganda for you to point finger at another place, leaving the major area where things are happening.